but there has to be a showdown between the characters that your readers have invested in, whose side they're on, and the antagonist who they hate. Okay? Or you can do that like anti-hero thing, you know, like where there's something about the villain that like really appeals to your reader, and then they're caught in this quandary of like trying to decide, am I on the side of the protagonist anymore, or like am I on the side of the villain, because I understand where the villain is coming from and why they are motivated to do what they are doing. Okay, but guys, there has to be a showdown. There has to be a showdown, and there has to be a winner. So you've got to decide as the storyteller who wins, who loses, or obviously if your protagonist is going to win, which is more of a payoff for the reader at the end of the day, okay, like it is in a movie, okay, if the villain loses, all right, there's got to be an effect, a serious, major effect on your protagonist, on your main character or characters, okay, and again, the people that surround her, her environment. What does the showdown, the clash, the end explosion, you know, what is it going to produce? What is the effect of it? What is the result of it? What fruit is it going to bear? So yeah, and you've got to have that in the, you know, you've got to have that in the story. It's the showdown is kind of like the next climax, but it's towards the end of the story. So make sure that you've got that as well. Make sure that it's big. Make sure that it is as powerful as the catalyst that you had at the beginning of the story, okay? And the crisis of it. So I would say like the catalyst, the big event, this thing that happens to your character that changes them forever, okay? And that midpoint where there's like no turning back. So the catalyst, the big event, and then the showdown, they're kind of on the same level. So make sure that the power of the story in those moments, at those points, okay, are exactly the same. They have the same energy, they have the same power, they have the same punch. You want your reader to scream, cry, no, okay? Okay? If you really mean, you could kill off your protagonist in the battle, and then another protagonist rises up and conquers the villain. I'm just, you know, something like that. Okay, make it interesting. Get that reader so invested and so riveted on what you are saying and doing in your story that they cannot let go of your story. That is what you want.